what is it that you've accomplished till now that you think your younger self is going to be proud of? You know.
I had few. I think the first one will be finishing university, because obviously being first of my family, finishing university, and also like finishing with the first class.
Yeah.
Just like for me, school has always been hard. Like when I was back in Italy, it's been always hard because you don't fit in. Learning the language is like double.
So you weren't born in Italy? I thought you were born in Italy. Okay.
No, I was born in Ghana, so for me it has been hard to kind of understand, and I think sometimes because I'm a creative person and being confirming like a space for me didn't really work. He had to challenge my creativeness, and it wasn't. So for me, school in Italy was really hard. So when I came here, I thought that like I was not one of the brilliant writers students, but coming here I realized my potentials. And to be fair, like uni was a great experience. I know some people were like, oh, it was a waste of time, but for me everything counted, like the friendship, the experience, the life, what I've been, my life, how I was during my uni times was like really important, because that brought me to be the person I am today. So for me, I think my younger self will be really like wow, we actually made it, because back in Italy I'll be like, now I thought I finished with the highest grade, nonetheless like finish a university with like first class. So one thing I would say that, and then secondly, actually like putting my fears of putting things out, because as a creative person sometimes you can be really scared because of I don't know if you heard about the imposter syndrome, where you are basically you don't think you are good at something, but you think you're not really good at that. You are, you're not faking it, but you're pretending to be something that you're not, but you're actually good at something. So you think you're imposing in something that is not yours, but it's actually the opposite.
It's actually your gift.
Yeah, so I had that. So for me to go over that fear of, because in 2020 I produced my first short film, and then in 2021 I did my second one, I think.
What's the name of it on YouTube? Maybe somebody can.
Oh yeah, the first one is called I Will, and the second one is called The Enemy Within, because I've always been passionate about that, and I think just my younger self would just be like so proud, because I remember just wanting and longing to be part of something like that, and I just got tired of waiting and just figuring out where I can start. So I just did something of my own. Never thought millionaires that I did it, but
you did it from scratch. You did it from by yourself, with your own cameras, with your own.
Well,
I had to get assistance from.
Yeah, someone. I had like friends back then that were into like videography and stuff like that. So, even for me to just vocalize and say, I have this idea, could you help me? It was such a, but I did it. I was like, no, I want to do this. I want to actually create it for myself. And if no one's gonna give it to me, I'm gonna go get it myself. And I did it, and I was just like, wow. Literally, as soon as I pressed the send button on 2020 for my first movie, I cried after, because I was like so proud of myself, emotional. And I just blocked everything because I didn't want to hear no
feedback,
opinion, because it was just something that
you did it for yourself.
So after a while, I didn't even expect people to like it that much. And to be fair, now looking back, I don't like it as much, because I miss, when I tell you that I miss some things, some important details in there. I cringe sometimes watching it, but it's okay.
But
it's out.
You grew from that point to now, right? So the way it was your first venture, so definitely there was something that you needed to add to it, because as you grow in that kind of industry, you begin to learn more. So you say, this thing I could have done it in this way. So that's cool. We said something. You said when you were in Italy, you weren't able to really figure out what you really love to do, but here your creativity was able to be, you were able to get to understand what you really love to do. Was it because of the environment in Italy, or was it because here you got a chance to attend certain courses that gave you the access? Is there more stuff here that you are open to that gives you the idea that okay, this thing is existing, this thing is existing, so I can try them.
I think there's potential here more than probably in Italy for a black person like me. But I knew already who I wanted to be and what I wanted to get into since I was little. So being in movies, I thought I wanted to be an actor. So that was one thing I always wanted to be. And then was from plays at school when we did like little plays, like dramas at school. So that was something. So even back in Italy, I applied for like an agency to be part of like a agency. So I started like modeling there and then, and started doing a course for acting. So, but I think there was potential. I did more then for my acting career than here. When I came here, I didn't do nothing about it. But I think that was one of my most regret, that I didn't continue. And I listened to African parents to do certain course that I wanted to, but that was my plan B. And I'm glad for it, but my heart always goes to towards that. And I think here there is doors and there's opportunities for you to do things yourself, to have open doors. And there's a lot of like networking around here as well. There's a lot of people that do videography, and you can see there's a lot of like talented people, opportunities and people here that start their own business here. I think it's easier to, because I think here the culture is believe in yourself, you can actually do it, and there's doors and there's opportunities, resources for you to actually do that. Whilst I don't know if there is something like that in Italy, because obviously when I came here I was really young, so maybe there was, maybe there isn't. So I don't know, but I know for sure that here there's like resources for you to kind of like tap into your creativeness.
Which part of Italy were you? Because I know for Milan, you could find
so my acting course was in Milan. So I was 14 and I would take the train from after school, Scuola Media. I'll literally take the train, rush, I wouldn't even wait for anyone, and then I would just go on the train, and then I would just go to Milan and then do my course and then go back in the evening and then do my school. To be fair,
but if you
I loved it.
Okay.
I loved that. I loved the rush. I loved everything about it. Because my mom asked me, because my dad didn't want me to do it, and my mom asked me, do you really want this? I cried. I was like, yes, I want to do this. I want to do this. So she funded it for me, and I'm so grateful. Yeah, she stopped doing certain things.
Thank you to Mama
Mercy.
Yeah.
So she stopped doing a lot of things for herself to be able to give me
sacrifice
that. She sacrificed things, and I love that part, because that gave me like, oh my days, I'd never felt this alive in my life. Like I was just like so grateful for it. Got to meet a lot of people around it as well. It was really best time, like literally.
I'll tell you to pursue it. Like, because I feel like if you find something that you put in the less effort and you don't even expect money from it, you just love doing it. You said when you put out a video, you didn't even want to listen to feedbacks. You were just happy that you put out those videos, and it was an accomplishment for you, satisfaction for you. So I think if you find something that you love to do it, you don't even care about the money, you're just doing it because you love it, and you think one way or the other is going to help somebody out there, then I think you should do it, because that is maybe your potential, and that is where you should cultivate more and make it grow.
I think